Ramira was a girl full of wonder. She loved exploring, asking questions, and discovering new things. Whether it was collecting colorful leaves in the autumn or watching butterflies flutter in the summer, she found magic in the world around her. But nothing fascinated Ramira more than the stories about the enchanted forest, a mysterious woodland at the edge of her village. Some said it was filled with whispering trees, glowing flowers, and animals that could talk. The grown-ups dismissed it as nonsense, but Ramira wasn't so sure. One bright morning, with her satchel slung over her shoulder and a heart full of excitement, she set off toward the forest. Just a little peek, she told herself. As she stepped through the trees, a warm breeze rustled the leaves, almost as if the forest were welcoming her. Ramira wandered deeper, marveling at the emerald green canopy above. Then, out of the corner of her eye, she saw something white and fluffy dart past.
Oh, a visitor. You must be Ramira.
Ramira couldn't believe what she was hearing. A talking rabbit!
You can talk?
Of course, everyone in this enchanted forest can talk as long as we know we can trust them to keep our little secret. My name is Oliver. Would you like to see my home?
Ramira nodded excitedly and followed Oliver to a sunlit meadow. It was unlike anything she had ever seen. Wildflowers of every color, shimmering dewdrops on soft green grass, and the sound of a bubbling brook nearby.
This is where I live. I dig tunnels to stay warm in winter and cool in summer.
Nature provides everything I need. Ramira crouched down to admire the tiny bluebells swaying in the breeze.
It's so beautiful.
And we must take care of it. Even the smallest creature has a role, like bees and butterflies, helping the flowers bloom.
Ramira smiled. She had never thought about nature that way before. Just then, a cheerful quack came from nearby.
Hello, Oliver. Who's your friend?
Ramira turned to see a plump, golden duck waddling toward them.
This is Ramira. She's exploring the forest.
Then you must visit my pond. Come along.
Ramira followed the duck, whose name was Daisy, to a crystal-clear pond. Dragonflies hovered above the water, lily pads floated lazily, and tiny fish darted between the reeds.
I love my pond.
Daisy said, dipping into the water.
We all share it, frogs, fish, even the trees. The roots drink from it, and the birds come to bathe. Water is precious, you know.
Ramira watched a family of ducks gliding across the water.
So everything here depends on one another?
Exactly. That's why we have to keep our water clean.
Ramira dipped her fingers in the cool water and made a promise to herself.
I'll never waste water again.
A chirping melody filled the air.
Ah, that must be Rosie the robin. She'll want to meet you.
Ramira looked up to see a bright red-breasted bird flitting from branch to branch.
Welcome to our forest, Ramira. Would you like to see the treetops?
I'd love to.
With a flutter of wings, Rosie led her up a winding path until they reached a high wooden platform. From there, Ramira could see the whole forest, the golden sunlight spilling through the leaves, the glittering river in the distance, and the endless green stretching toward the horizon.
It's breathtaking.
The trees make it possible. They give us air to breathe and shelter for so many creatures.
Ramira touched the rough bark of a towering oak.
I never realized how much trees do for us.
They do, but too many are being cut down. We must protect them.
Ramira nodded. She had always loved trees, but now she understood their importance. As they climbed down, a soft purring sound caught Ramira's attention. A sleek black cat stretched lazily on a mossy rock.
Well, a visitor in my forest. I'm Luna.
You live here too?
Of course. Follow me and I'll show you.
Intrigued, Ramira followed Luna through a twisting tunnel of vines until they reached a hidden glade filled with glowing flowers. Some sparkled like diamonds, while others shimmered with golden light.
This place is magical.
Nature is magical, but too often humans forget that. They take and take without giving back.
Ramira felt a pang of guilt. Luna and Ramira made their way back to the group, where the others were waiting for her near the pond.
What can I do?
Even small things matter. Plant flowers for the bees, pick up litter, and be kind to animals.
Ramira made another promise, I will protect nature in any way I can. As Ramira marveled at the glowing flowers, a cheerful croak came from a nearby pond. A green frog with bright golden eyes hopped onto a rock.
Hello, I'm Felix. Have you learned the secret of the forest yet?
Ramira tilted her head.
The secret?
Felix chuckled.
Everything here is connected. The trees, the rivers, the creatures, we all rely on one another. When one part is harmed, everything suffers.
Ramira thought about everything she had seen. The meadow, the pond, the treetops, and the glowing garden.
So if we care for nature, it will care for us?
Felix beamed.
Exactly.
Ramira smiled. She understood now. The beauty of the world wasn't just for humans. It was for everyone. As the sun began to set, Ramira knew it was time to go home.
Will you come back?
Yes, and I'll tell others what I've learned. We must all do our part.
The animals cheered, and the trees swayed as if whispering their approval. As Ramira stepped out of the enchanted forest, she felt different, wiser, kinder, and more connected to the world around her. From that day on, she did everything she could to protect nature, picking up litter, planting trees, and teaching others the importance of caring for the planet. Because now she knew the truth. When we take care of the earth, it takes care of us. And so the enchanted forest remained, waiting for the next curious heart to discover its wonders.